XRP's price has fallen by over 5.6% since Monday. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the technical analysis on XRP, where I'll be sharing my thoughts and opinions as to where I think the price action is heading next. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, and let's take a look at what's going on with XRP. So here we have XRP paired up with USDT. We are on the 1 hour Binance chart. So following on from the last video that we did, we were looking for an entry on a long position. This was 54.71, stop loss at 53.88, take profit at 55.96. And you can see here that this is a trade idea that played out beautifully here in a few hours. I think it probably would have played out, let's just take a look at the time. Yeah, roughly actually when the video went out live in the last update. Okay, this is the problem with trying to get some of this stuff on the 1 hour time frame across to you guys quick enough. We do a lot more in the Discord, so check the links in the description for that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's been great to kind of see this one hit that upper range of profit. We were looking for a move towards 55.96 to 56.30. We saw a wick high on Monday, 1000 hours UTC, with the wick high being 56.08. Okay, so great move to the upside, and of course we've seen a big move to the downside now, right? So after hitting the higher range expectations here, we did of course see a drop. Great area, by the way, guys. As I kind of try to talk about this a lot as much as I can, we actually had the long idea, right? What we would have done as well would have been to actually go long into this move here, for example, and then once we kind of hit profit, we would have flipped it around and reversed it. So we should have gone into a short position here, stop loss higher than the range of expectation, and then moved down to either the 200 EMA or 1.5 on the risk reward ratio. Obviously, we don't know what that move would have looked like, so we would have either had a trailing stop or targeted out some of the previous areas of support. I probably would have been looking somewhere in the range of around 54.9, 2.23 risk reward ratio. So just, I want to put that out there so that people know that if I don't put a video out and you don't know exactly what I'm going to do, it's basically just following the wave structures. Now, the Elliott wave theory can be complicated. That's why I put a whole course together, linked in the description down below. I'm still running 50% off on that course. So if you are serious about trying to understand more about why I have these targets, why I go long, why I go short, and why I flip and reverse them all the time, you have to understand Elliott wave. Understanding it is one thing, implementing it is a whole different ball game. I do recommend everyone kind of understands it so you can understand the videos better. And if you are serious about implementing it, I also go through that and how I approach implementing Elliott wave in charts during the course, right? So check it out, linked in the description below. Grab 50% off if you're serious about it. Treat yourself over the festive holidays and all that kind of stuff, and do some learning on Elliott wave. I don't think you'll regret it, but that's just my thoughts on it. So since we kind of have our Y wave high here, it's actually more suited to, no, a Y wave actually is right. A WXY is perfect for that one, to be fair. Double zigzag pattern. Now here to the move to the downside is very interesting. Okay, now here you can see what is a very similar pattern. It's almost like it repeats itself, right? So we take this entire structure here and we move it over to our wick high over this side. You can see it comes down very close to where you would typically expect it to, but it's not yet necessarily done. We would be looking for a move into this range over here, this being 52.41 to 52.89. And of course, we have our low range down here in this Y wave that we've been tracking for quite some time. This one being in this lower range here and has overlap, so 52.09 to 52.69, and you can see there's a little overlap in there, and that is going to be the area where you would expect to see the most amount of buying pressure. Okay, so very interesting structure. But before we get into that, I do want to think about the smaller time frame. I'm going to jump to a 5 minute. It seems bonkers to some, but 5 minute time frame is quite important for us to understand the internal workings of everything that is going on within these moves, because we have had this low over this side, and we don't know whether or not it's complete. And taking a look at the structure, it doesn't look overly complete to me. So yeah, I would say with the overlapping nature that we have over here, so you can kind of see this, we have all of these higher highs and higher lows over here. I'm going to draw that in there. You can see this is an ascending wedge with the overlapping candlesticks. This was a bearish breakdown. So we saw that on the 5-minute time frame. Would have been great to trade off the 200 EMA, for example. We obviously now are getting suppressed on those lower time frames as well. But on our 1 hour time frame, so knowing that we have all of those things going on there, it does to me look like we have this more bearish move to the downside. Momentum is shifting down on the 1 hour time frame. Stochastic RSI here is correcting down, still has more room to go. So expect more volatility from the momentum shifting. Relative strength index is lower than 50, is still in bearish territory. We did have hidden bullish divergence here at 0200 hours on Tuesday, and we saw a little bump to the upside, but it wasn't anything major. Still getting suppressed by the 50 level here on the relative strength index, and that's the big takeaway. Our MACD histograms, interesting. Okay, let's take a look at that. So we do actually see increased selling pressure here. Okay, and we can see there's a weakness in our histogram for buying pressure. Okay, so a little concerning there. We do, of course, see some divergence though. So we are looking for a run to the upside soon. So it does look good from that kind of point of view. Here we have lower lows on our hourly chart, but here we actually have higher lows on the histogram. This shows that although there is, on this kind of smaller zoomed in view, basically increased selling pressure, which you can see from this point of view right here, in a zoomed out view, we're getting close to a point where we're going to be looking for a reversal. So almost kind of looking for long positions, not necessarily just yet, but close to it. Our volume profiles are interesting. Volumes are decreasing quite aggressively. Was some buying volume, was some selling volume. Buying volume did come in briefly as we kind of dipped down a bit here, but volumes are still dropping. So we're getting very close, in my opinion, to a point of reversal. So that brings me to the trade ideas, right? What are the trade ideas on the 1 hour time frame that we could potentially leverage to our advantage, right? So we're going to be looking for, I think, an entry into a long position in and around this range, right? So 52.4 to 52.89, we'll look for long positions. Okay, I would probably say the overlap here, entry at around 52.69 is probably the safer area. Stop loss, let's see if there's previous swing lows are quite nice and sturdy. So I would probably look to put stop loss down at 51.9. 51.94, and then our take profit, we want 1.5 minimum risk reward ratio. 1.5 puts us right around here, which actually puts us in line with the resistance that we're likely to find on the 50 EMA, 50 SMA, 200 EMA. So I would be looking for take profit at around 53.82. Okay, so to summarize, the next trade idea that I have running through my head at the point of recording, which can of course change, which is the importance of the Discord server linked in the description. We basically do post what we do in the profit pit. If you use our affiliate links, then you can obviously see exactly what we're doing, right? So here you can see basically stop loss at 51.94, entry at 52.69, and take profit at 53.82. That may change and fluctuate ever so slightly, but that's the idea that I have running at the minute for the 1 hour time frame from a trading perspective. Talking about trading, we have an incredible deal for you guys today. How does a 10% cash back bonus up to 2,000 USDT sound? That's right, Blowfin is offering an incredible promotion, but it's only available to the first 100 users, so you'll need to act fast. Blowfin is a top cryptocurrency exchange and is giving new users a fantastic opportunity. When you sign up using the special link in the description, you will get a 10% cashback bonus up to 2,000 USDT in futures bonus. And the best part, it's first come, first server basis. So the first 100 users to sign up will be the ones to claim this fantastic bonus. Here's how you can jump in. Step 1, click the special link in the description down below to sign up to Blowfin. Step 2, once you're in, start trading on the futures. Step 3, you'll automatically get a 10% cashback bonus in futures, up to 2,000 USDT if you're one of the first 100 users to sign up. So what are you waiting for? This is a limited time and only for the first 100 users to get this incredible deal. Click the link in in the description down below. Sign up to Blowfin and secure your 10% cash back up to 2,000 USDT before it's gone. Don't miss out on this amazing offer from Blowfin. Remember, it's first come, first serve, so hit that link and start trading and depositing on Blowfin today. Good luck and happy trading. Okay, cool. So what are we really truly tracking? Well, we can see here that we actually have a X wave up a little bit higher, and we have our W wave over here, okay, and our Y wave is yet to complete. The Y wave that is going on is a ABC structure here, so A, B, and C structure right here. So that's basically what we're tracking. We're almost at the kind of completion of this. Now, I know if I roll this up to a daily time frame, I've been talking about a bigger short position on XRP, right? And that's still valid. We are still looking for these lows at around 40.5 to 43.21. Momentum, though, isn't really supporting this idea. So although this short is in profit, we may want to come out of the short position on the daily time frame. The reason, although we kind of have seen a lot of reasons to go short here, we've seen a good amount of profit so far. Let's say we did get in exactly at the 200 EMA, and we are down here at the minute. We could argue that we've had about 3.87% flat on a short position with 10x leverage. We're like 37%. Any more than 10x, of course, you can just multiply it and so forth. There's lots of reasons to be short on the market here for XRP since we were finding resistance on the 200 EMA, 50 EMA, 50 SMA. There is still momentum shifting to the downside, but I don't think we have enough momentum to take us all the way down to those lows. I could be wrong. Okay, so it's one of those things. We'll keep a close eye on it. Resistance is still there. We will be looking for obviously those long positions on the smaller time frames. We'll keep coming in and out of those positions all the time on the smaller time frames. On the daily here, we still are hopeful for this, but I'm also open-minded to thinking that maybe we aren't quite going to hit the target. So we're going to keep a close eye on it. Stochastics moving down nicely. Relative strength index got rejected from 50 at the same point as getting rejected from the 250 and 200 EMA, 50 EMA, 50 SMAs. On the chart here, you can see also getting rejected from the 50 level. Basically, loads of bearish momentum still available for XRP to really go down quite aggressively. But again, smaller timeframes are not as aggressive right now. MACD histogram, as we kind of have spoken about before, here we can see actually what's increasing selling volume whilst not in lower highs. So essentially what we can see between these 2 points on the 6th of September and the 4th of October, there's actually a higher low. But whilst that is going on, we actually have lower lows when it comes to our histogram. So our histogram is showing us that there is a significant shift in momentum. Momentum is shifting more aggressively to being bearish than to being bullish. Okay, so we want to keep an eye on that. From a more kind of green histogram perspective, well, we can see that we just see diminishing gains. There's not a lot of optimism here when it comes to the kind of breakout of XRP in terms of this histogram. Momentum has been quite bearish. Now, if we were to draw this in like we had done before, we could argue that we've actually already kind of broken the trend here a little bit with a bearish break to the downside since we had this histogram high, right? So we had the 200 EMA on the smaller time frames and stuff getting hit. That was all around kind of October time, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we can see here that we were kind of coming down. Momentum wasn't supporting a continued move to the upside. And you can see that we're getting caught up into this wedge. That was on the Y wave minimum expectations, not where we actually were looking, right? We were looking and still is technically possible to get there 75 to 85 cents. But as it sits, it just doesn't look overly too positive at the moment. So although we are looking for bearish momentum to shift on down a little bit more aggressively, I don't want to kind of say that we're going to hit that 40 cent, mid 40 cent level. I don't think we're going to get that. Now, I could be wrong. Things can change quite dramatically. The 200 EMA rejection is a powerful one, so want to be mindful over that. The higher highs, the higher lows that we saw here, the breakdown that we've most recently seen, all of that is kind of textbook stuff. But what's going on in the background is basically there isn't a huge appetite to sell and there isn't a huge appetite to buy. Okay, so although we're in profit here, we want to be mindful that actually there's a support range between 50.31 and 52.27, and should that actually be a great support that doesn't get broken, we might want to reverse the short into a long and see whether or not we can find more resistance at the 200 EMA or a potential breakout of the 200 EMA. So either close out the long, which is one option, or kind of move the stop loss and so forth. If we get a breakout above the 50 EMA, 50 SMA, 200 EMA, we want to be long on that. Okay, that's going to be the next kind of big thing. Stop loss will be lower than the previous swing low. And of course, we'll target out those higher ranges because XRP is in a ranging market. We've kind of spoken about this many times before. Basically, we have the higher range here, basically 65 to 75 cents. We have the lower range down at here, 33 to 46 cents. And basically, when we hit the higher range, we drop to the low range. And when we hit the low range, we rally to the top range. Okay, now all of this is an incredibly corrective pattern. I'm not concerned about XRP's long-term projections. We are still looking good for that, in my opinion, for a good run to the upside. But of course, we have to appreciate that things aren't going to be moving in straight lines. We have been kind of consolidating down for quite a while. And although this might seem bearish in terms of, you know, have lower highs, lower lows, actually that's a overly corrective pattern because we have a lot of overlapping nature in the candlesticks. This shows us that this is a corrective pattern and that this is likely to finish. It's likely to complete, and when it does, we should hopefully see a nice run to the upside, probably in 2025, maybe a little bit earlier. But you know, I can't time the market. All I can do is say that looking at the data in the charts, there's still this bearish momentum. It's available, but it doesn't look like there's a huge incentive to really sell off at the moment. If there is a reason and a catalyst for it, then we might see this more aggressive move that has been set up in the charts. But momentum does need to support this, right? So we have the kind of ideal catalyst here for going short on XRP, but we just aren't seeing a lot of willingness to sell into it. So we'll kind of be open-minded as to whether or not we find support. If we do, we'll reverse it, we go long, and we'll see where the XRP takes it from there. But as it sits today, I'm still confident in everything on the smaller time frame. And here we are looking okay at the moment. We're still in profit. We are still looking for some negative price action. And specifically with the aggressive sell-off that we already saw, we do have to rally above 66.5 cents if we really want to be out of the woods when it comes to this whole entire macro structure. So lots of things to think about, lots of things to kind of be hopeful for in the future. But I think that we are going to be seeing a lot more volatility over the next couple of weeks. We're going to see a lot more liquidity being extracted from the market, and in that is opportunity. Guys, you can let me know what your thoughts are on all of this in the comments down below, or join us in our free Discord server. If you're interested in 𝗕𝗢𝗪𝗡, check out 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗡.com using the coupon code in the description and grab yourself 50% off on the course. And of course, guys, if you found it useful and informative, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and don't forget, check this video out right here because it's very important that you know what's going on.